What's up, everybody? CJ here from London. I'm sorry, that was a terrible British accent, but here we go. Hello, how's it going? Good to see everybody. I'm on the other side of the pond, taking advantage of a weird opportunity over here, but having fun, but missing what's going on over there in Tucson. So wanted to send a video saying hello. One of the most random, funniest random things with my place here in London is the person whose house we are staying at. I think he wants to be a cowboy or something, like a Western, like American Western novels cowboy. Anyway, and so he has like cactus and like cowboy hats and stuff. So I have a little piece of Tucson right next to me at all times, so that's really cool. Anyway, need to do a quick video. Daniel and I got information from Amazon today that we are rapidly trying to figure out what to do, how to handle this information that we got from them. So I'm going to walk through and make this video so that I can give all those details to you and try to answer as many questions ahead of time. I'm going to send out a quick survey, try to get some information on it, and send that to your direction, and then we'll answer any questions afterwards. But basically, the long story short is effective this Sunday, so starting a couple days from now, Amazon is going to be moving all of our routes to be 9-hour routes. So currently, we have 5 8-hour days is the standard schedule for a full-time employee, and those routes are made so you can be back in 8 hours. Starting on Sunday, that is going to change to 9 hours. So a normal day is going to be from 11:15 when we meet or start getting ready to get your keys, 11:30 stand up, until 8:45, so an hour later than previously. This actually is something that Amazon brought up to us quite some time ago, before peak. The weirdness of the schedule, we were able to push that off. Didn't think we were going to have to shift over to that. Long story short, that is going to be the change moving forward, starting on this Sunday. So Daniel and I have been talking, trying to figure out how do we adjust for this, how do we make everything work out, how do we be fair, how do we take care of our people. From the beginning, when we first started this company, something that has always been important to me and something that Daniel and I have really focused on is how do we take care of our people, and how do we make sure that we are being good bosses, good employers, and providing the right type of work environment, helping give you jobs that we hope you enjoy coming to each and every day. So in order to accommodate this, here's what we're going to try to do. And I say all of this with the grain of salt of we have to change this basically immediately starting this Sunday, and so bear with us. Appreciate your patience as we figure this out. There's a chance that we get 2 weeks into this and say, wait, there's a better way to handle this. We're gonna adjust, but at this point in time, here's the plan that we have that we need to kind of rapidly put in motion. Going to run with that. So right now, starting on Sunday, and I'll send out an email with this information, with the link to this video, and with some survey because I'm going to need some information from you folks. But starting this Sunday, the normal schedule for Count Horst for delivering with us, and for what it's worth, everyone who's on cycle 2 is making this shift. Anyone before noon across the network has to have this 9-hour route. But anyway, the standard schedule will be 4 9-hour days. So we are going to not change anything from a bonusing standpoint, anything like that. But now instead of the 5 8-hour days, it's going to be 4 9-hour days. So that means everyone will be scheduled for 4 days of work, 9 hours a day. We'll bonus up just like we normally do in the payroll at the end of each week, and then go from there. However, so that total time is 36 hours. There are some people who I believe are going to be happy with 36 hours. That's totally fine. There are some people who are going to want 40 hours of work. We totally get that as well. So what we're going to do in this survey that I'll be sending out is asking, hey, what bucket do you fall into? Are you happy with, hey, 4 9-hour days totally works for me? Or, hey, I need every hour I can get. I really need to figure out how to get 40 hours. Once we have that information, what we're going to do is create a new shift that's going to be a half-day shift. So the way that we'll solve this, because unfortunately the way Amazon has set this up, being political, but sometimes they are not the best we work with what we're given, is what I will say. And so if we were to give 5 9-hour days, there's overtime that we're not being paid for. We would end up losing money as a company doing that. So our solve that we're going to use as of right now is to anyone who wants to, who is happy with 36 hours, we will use that moving forward. Folks that want to have 40 hours of pay, what we'll have is one of your 5 days, and we'll get this information to you as soon as possible. We're like rapidly solving this as we go. One of your 5 days 5 days currently would turn into a half day. So what we would have is, let's say we have 30 routes for a day. What I envision happening is we might have 26 people who are on just a normal new 9-hour day, 11:15 to 8:45. And we would have, so we have, 28 people doing their own route. And then we'd have 4 people to split the remaining 2 routes. So those 4 people would just be scheduled for a 4-hour day. And they would be, you split a route kind of like a strike force does right now, but then you would go home right after. You might do a very small rescue, but your scheduled time for that, your bonus up time for that day would be a 4-hour route. So then that way, the folks that want 40 hours can still have access to 40 hours, and we can work from there. If, based on how surveys come back, if there are more people who want that additional, 4 hours than what we can provide, then what we'll have to do is base that off of performance. So the people who are delivering safely, who have the best scores, who are, checking all the boxes, all the scorecards and things that Daniel talks about on a regular basis, who don't typically need a rescue, things like that, those will be the folks that are offered the additional hours. And then we'll go based on that. It's the fairest way that Daniel and I have, in this short period of time, been able to figure out how we can kind of address this situation, and we're going to go from there. So as a quick recap, I'm going to send out a survey finding out A or B. Hey, my Count on Horse chat is blowing up right now, which is exciting, but I hope it doesn't mess up this video. Hey, 36 hours works for me. I'm good with just 4 days. Or, hey, I really need 40 hours. Those 4 extra hours are a big difference for me. I want to work that 5th half-day shift. So we can get that information, and then I'm going to spend the next 2 days basically figuring out how do we get this schedule to work and updating everyone's schedules. And that survey that I just sent out yesterday is basically moot at this point because we're going to have to update this, so I apologize for that. Thank you for all the responses that I got. Like I said, we got this information from Amazon late yesterday. I woke up to, middle of the night text from Daniel, middle of the night, my night, not your night. Anyway, so we're working with it. Let me review my notes. Did I get everything? I think that's right. So appreciate you watching this video, staying along this time. Like I said, Daniel and I, our number one priority is being good leaders, good managers, creating a good culture and a good environment. We think we've done well at that so far, but sometimes we have to roll the punches and adjust with how things are being dictated with our partners, with Amazon. So we are going to make this adjustment, shift over to the 4 9-hour shifts. So the 36-hour week will be the standard week, and then for the folks that want additional hours, we will accommodate that to fill it up. We'll build in a buffer for that. We won't be able to accommodate everyone having that schedule, most likely. I'm going to figure out the best that I can, but we'll get a survey to find out, are you in that bucket of 36 works for me, or I would rather have fewer hours. Everyone's still full-time, so as long as you're working more than 30 hours, the folks who are full-time are still full-time, part-time is still part-time. If you currently work less than 5 days, this really doesn't have this most likely won't have an impact on you. Your day will last 1 hour longer and get a little bit more pay. So if you need to tweak any of that, we can talk about it on a one-off basis. But anyway, wanted to give that update. Survey coming with this your way. I will, and then on the note of where's CJ, what is he doing, I will be back in Tucson before you know it. I'm not going to use another terrible British accent to end this video. But thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. More to come. I haven't said this in a while. Have fun, be safe.